The team leads are at Bridgick's Run. It was a top-notch swoop track before the Sith attacked.
A speeder will take you out once you're ready. When you land, find my agent Vilo. He'll be your guide. Hundreds of lives and millions of credits were sacrificed to bring us to this point. Do whatever it takes. Our project cannot fail.
You got the astrogation chart, didn't you? I can tell by the look on your face.
Did you ever doubt me?
If I did, you've just made me a believer for life. That astrogation chart belonged to an exchange gangster named Davik Kang. Davik personally mapped dozens of hyperlanes between the core and outer rim systems. He found shortcuts and hideouts all over the galaxy.
How'd you find out about this chart?
The same way I find out about everything. Listening to the right people. Have you studied much galactic history, Captain? Interesting patterns emerge if you pay attention. Davik Kang's criminal empire ended when this planet was destroyed. Nock Draen's empire was born when he destroyed a planet.
Nock Draen destroyed a whole planet?
Technically, it was only a single settlement. Once upon a time, there was a pirate haven on the Outer Rim called Mandelia. Thousands of criminals lived there. One bright morning, Nock Draen's freighter dropped out of hyperspace over Mandelia. He demanded the pirates surrender to him or die.
Now that's what I call a negotiation.
The pirates figured Nock was delusional and refused to surrender. Big mistake. When the pirates sent their reply, Nock launched a single rocket at their settlement. The warhead was tipped with an Imperial nerve toxin. The entire settlement died in less than a minute.
Where did Nock get an Imperial warhead?
He stole it, of course. He'd been looking for a way to take down Mandelia in one shot, and that was the perfect solution. That day at Mandelia, Nock Draen went from being a low-rent smuggler to one of the richest criminals in the galaxy. Anyway, that's how the legend goes. I should probably let you get back to work.
How about some more history lessons someplace private?
You're incorrigible. Come see me when you're irresistible and we'll talk. At any rate, I'm ready to leave Taris. I'm sure we can find someplace more interesting to be.
You've got a bad case of wanderlust, Risha.
Hey, it's one of my best qualities.
The
governor sent us plenty of help already. Volunteers, mercs, even Jedi. And they're all dead or working on it. I'm not watching the body count go any higher. We're pulling out. ASAP. You want to help? Help us load up for evac.
Does Governor Suresh know you're pulling out?
She's not here. We are. If you want to get yourself eaten or turned into a monster, go right ahead. Anything and anyone that isn't packed when we leave is meat. Your choice.
Ni at umbamba boshura moki. Kusa malachuta, ikosa mose alachuta.
Do whatever you have to, Vilo. Don't let him take these people out of here.
Kotocha ka nagurawa. Mijusku ba flota lista.
You don't look like a pirate. You're not a pirate, are you? Please tell me you're not a pirate.
Don't mind him, Captain. Pirates attacked our settlement and fed his family to the Rakghouls. None of us have been the same, really. Perhaps you can help us?
That depends on what you want me to do.
First pirate that crosses my path, bang! Feed him to the rat ghouls. See how he likes it.
Look, maybe he's not all there, but all of us know how he feels. We built a settlement out here. We defended it from Rakghouls. We started families. And those pirates attacked and took everything. It's hard not to want revenge. But mostly we just need to move on. Start a new settlement on a different part of the planet, maybe.
There's some way I can pitch in?
We had equipment at our camp that made Taris livable. Protected us from the Rakghouls. If we can get that equipment back, we can start over. Maybe start to forget and heal. Can you help?
I might have time to look into it.
This is not a grooming behavior. That's tool use at the very least.
I know that, and you know that. I'm just saying neither the university nor the garrison... Never mind, we have company.
Hi, I'm Mola Hatstor. This is Professor Vraal. We're applied xenozoologists. Could you settle something for us?
I'm sorry. Xenozoologist?
We study alien life forms. On Taris, that pretty much means rak ghouls.
Come look at this. We implanted a recording device in a rat ghoul and released him. This image is from the footage of his warren. It looks like a new species of rat ghoul. Taller, meaner, dominates normal rats. And when it was being recorded,
It reached over and shut the transmitter off.
I didn't think rat ghouls were that smart.
They may not be, but the evidence is compelling. If he were playing with a switch, he'd flick it on again. He hasn't.
If these ghouls are capable of tool use, our colony defenses need to be changed. But we need the footage of our device to be sure.
Besides the obvious academic prestige, it is essential that the Republic find out how dangerous this new species is.
Now you're speaking my language.
Thank you. Obviously, the footage and your life are top priority. Find the rack, kill the rack, grab the camera.
And run.
Be careful. It's extremely unlikely this species evolved since the bombardment. Either it was under extreme pressure to diverge, or it had help.
How many teeth did you say those things have? Over 3,000? Because I think I feel every one of them.
Stop complaining. She barely grazed you. Besides, this gave us solid evidence of changes in Nexu maternal behavior as a result of... You. What do you know of the plight of the endangered Nexu?
Sorry, I don't give donations.
As if mere money could end the terrible predations on these beautiful creatures.
Don't be stupid, Koverma. Not everyone knows what a blasted Nexu is. Big drooling cat. Monster. Thing.
Liberated zoo specimens started a thriving population here on Terrace. But the sows are starting to frenzy because their pups are being stolen! Blasted scavengers!
Are Nexu good eating or something?
Some unscrupulous piles of dung think it's fun to throw helpless animals into gladiatorial pits so people can laugh while they're cut into pieces!
Most of the time, the Nexu win.
I'd go after those scavengers myself, but I, lost all feeling in my blaster hand.
To a Nexu love bite.
Of course, if someone else wanted to volunteer...
Nothing motivates me more than credits.
I have given all my worldly possessions to the cause of animal rights, but Leifer would be happy to pay you.
I would not!
And I control his accounts while he's convalescing. Just go to the scavengers' camp to the southeast, destroy their cages, and they won't be able to trap Nexu anymore! Well, did you do it? Did you strike a blow for Nexu everywhere?
Oddly easier than striking a blow against Nexu.
Tell me how it went.
The Nexu pups are safe.
Ah, because of your efforts, future generations can enjoy the magnificent sight of a Nexu stalking its prey through the Teresian swamps.
Probably human prey.
Nexu attacks should drop dramatically now that they're no longer defending their cubs. Thank you.
Any chance of changing our plans to focus on saving the rare Teresian bark beetle?
You're back. Let's queue up that footage and see the rat ghouls.
Calm down, Mola. I think some facts are in order.
Yes, of course. We'd never go into the warrens, even with an escort. This wouldn't have happened without you.
You could have mentioned that before I left.
I'm sorry. This is a chance for a doctorate for a significant contribution to xenozoology and the colonist effort. I got excited.
And trust me when I say every Teresian colonist could end up owing you their lives. I'll upload the footage. Let's talk after we've looked it over.
The new species has a lair that looks like an ex-power plant. And it's got, get this, crude recent construction.
Mola, the fact that they can build a ladder is the least of our worries. Day 2, minute 11. One of the new species pushes away the others in order to get at a food source.
But he pushes them without touching them. It's very clear there is no contact.
The new species can use the Force.
So what you're saying is, if I have property on Terrace, sell it all now.
Depends on our colony's chances. We've alerted the base commander and the rest of the garrison. We don't know if just one of the new species is force sensitive or all of them. If it's all of them, the garrison is considering evacuation.
This is the largest threat facing Terrace. We need eyes in that raccoon lair.
Excellent idea. Just let me update my will.
It's the best plan we've got. The lair you want is an old power plant deep in the raccoon territory.
I'll fit you with a transmitter so we can see what you see. Get close enough to film the creatures, but if one notices you, do what you have to do.
Oh, thank goodness you've got our equipment. I've got word of another group of settlers not far from here. We'll probably set up camp together.
I put them out of business for good.
I smell blood. Pirate blood. Stinky, gooey pirate blood.
The pirates are all dead, Ivan. Now we can leave. We can build a new settlement. Let's go.
Approach. I am Bayan Siyu of the Sanage Temple.
Hey, you! The one who killed the Nekku! Open the lock! This holocron is crazy!
Calm yourself. I am incapable of madness. Madness is internal chaos, and there is no chaos, only harmony.
Before I open that door, maybe you want to tell me who's in there.
He is the Jedi Knight Denajor. He came here seeking battle with the Net Ghouls.
Of course I did! Anyone could sense the darkness here, and you, old man, are the source!
Dana misunderstands. The Net Ghouls became force-sensitive and activated me. I have taught them, but only to help them master themselves. Had he not invaded their territory, my lessons would have sunk in better.
How can you justify teaching predators the Force?
Humans are predators, as are Twi'leks, Toguta, and other sentients. Net Ghouls also can choose their path.
He keeps saying that, but he's been trying to teach them manners for years. It won't work. There are hundreds of rat ghouls and net ghouls in the deep warrens by the reactor. They can't be allowed to live.
Revenge is not the Jedi way, Dana. Your plan will create ruin and poison.
I'll listen to the one who's been fighting these things, thanks.
No. Imprisonment has driven him mad. He would lower the reactor shielding with that control panel. That would bathe them all in radiation. It would be the mass murder of sentient creatures and make this place uninhabitable.
They were born of dark side sorcery. They cannot change.
It merely requires time, which I have. They cannot harm me. Leave me here with them, and seek death no more.
These things are a danger to every colonist on the planet. Take them out.
Can you feel their agony, Dana? Even a collection of circuits feel it.
I hate him. But he's right about one thing. There's nothing good in this place.
Professor Vral here. You did great. We got everything recorded. Now get out of there. The multimeter's going crazy with radiation. Run! Run and never look back!
Take a friendly warning. There's worse critters on this planet than raccoons. No, I ain't no coward. I've hunted sand demons on Tatooine, fought Sith during the war on Coruscant. Clearing the wildlife on Terra seemed like an easy gig. But these creatures ate a whole team of Jedi for lunch. What are we supposed to do except be dessert?
What creatures? Something attacked the Jedi?
Something that makes rat ghouls look downright cute and cuddly. Should have known when they said the Jedi got wiped out. What am I supposed to do that half a dozen Jedi can't? I don't know if those monsters ate the Jedi and barfed up the Force, but they were using powers like I've never seen.
If I get it done where you failed, can I collect the credits?
Any credits I have are for blood payments to the men's families, but there's plenty the Jedi left behind, if you follow. You go after those monsters, just be careful. They're smart. People smart. Let me know what happens, so I can convince them not to send me back in.
Commander! Commander! Damn! Who are you? What's happened here?
It looks like rat ghouls are what happened here.
This whole thing, it's all wrong. This wasn't supposed to happen. How did I get stuck cleaning up the Republic's old messes? These men were here to deactivate bombs that the Republic gave to a Taurus street gang 300 years ago during the Sith occupation. The bombs were meant to empower a revolt, but the Sith killed that idea when they decided to destroy the planet.
What happened to the bombs?
As we learned the hard way, the bombs survived. We didn't realize that the bombs withstood the planet's destruction until one of our scientific expeditions was inadvertently blown up. I don't know who I angered, but it fell to me to ensure that the remaining bombs were deactivated. These commandos were my last shot. Please, you've survived out there. You have to help me.
You've divulged a lot of information, Agent. I'll do your job, but I may need some compensation to keep quiet.
What? Why? No, you're right. I've only dug myself in deeper telling you all of this. Fine, you'll have your credits, but only after the job is done.
If you're here from Republic Command, don't worry. We got the message. It's too dangerous. And if you're from the Union, same thing. None of my men are working as long as those tremor maws are in the lake.
I don't know what a tremor maw is, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, swamp lizards the size of a speeder. We tried to build a pipeline to the lake. You know, you try and get the colonists a little fresh water, and what happens? Deaths, dismemberments, and your project shut down. We exploded a few demolition charges to scare the maws off, but it just makes them want to fight. Our blasts were more like bait.
The Republic outpost has soldiers. Can they spare a few to kill these things?
Yeah, you'd think. But they're the ones who told us to wait. They're exploring options. Flying water in, filters, moisture evaporators. It's nonsense. The pipeline's our only long-term bet. Everything else, colonists can't afford. They'll start deserting soon. No money, no colony. It's frustrating because the charges were already laid. You could flush out every tremor maw in that lake if you wanted.
I could do it, but I have to work for a living too. Understand?
Are you kidding? I learned budgeting on Hutta. We'll take care of you. Just get up to the lake where the demolition charges are. Obviously, when you key them into blow, don't walk. Run out of the blast radius. That stuff is construction-grade detonite. Then, get ready for the fight of your life. Maws can bite through a gripper crane, let alone humanoids like us.
Ah, an intrepid explorer. Good to see there's still folks in the Republic who aren't scared away from our little colony.
They're coming. The door! The door! We have to get out! Alert the base! Everyone needs to evacuate!
You don't seem terribly concerned.
That's Maya. Former First Lieutenant of the Endar Rebirth, the first scout vessel sent here to evaluate the possibility of recolonization. Ship disappeared 5 years ago, and 3 days ago, Maya comes staggering out of one of the collapsed buildings outside the base. He lived out there. No weapons but what he made from salvage, holding his own against the rat ghouls all that time?
Okay, I'll stop complaining about the lack of cantinas here.
These are good Republic men. They deserve to know that. As long as they're alive, we'll come for them. Maya swears there are other survivors trapped in those ruins, tormented by rat ghouls. Upper brass, sitting on Ord Mantell, say it's too dangerous to send in a rescue unit, so those boys will die to spare some others the risk of it.
Are the brass right, or are they jumping at shadows?
No, they've got it right. We go in there, we'll lose 3 men for everyone we save. Just beyond the base, thickest part of the city collapsed in on itself. Rat ghouls everywhere, tunnels so tight there's nowhere to run. But I say to deep space with logic. These good Republic boys deserve better. You up for a little adventure?
What's the upside for me?
Alright, I can't make the offer official, but I'll personally give you the death benefit for each one you bring back alive.
You'll help? They're in the ruins. The city
It's all collapsed. You can't see the ghouls. Just the yellow eyes and the smell.
Anyone you find, bring them here. We'll make sure they finish their days in comfort.